morning. I was just told I have to explain why I was screaming at the dog, come away, Claire, it's full of brown things. Well, it's just one of those family nuances and how language just ends up being, do you know what, whatever you want it to mean, to be honest. When Daft One was a small baby, and still now actually, he uses words differently to other people. So when he didn't like something, he used to say it was brown instead of old. Like he had a jumper, he said, I don't want to wear that jumper, it's brown. Paddington Bear was brown. It was old. It was an old person's programme. I don't like Paddington. It's brown. So it just ended up being a thing that we use. It's brown. It's, I suppose, like sepia. I don't really know. But, you know, sometimes our words just stumble out and the wrong ones aren't exactly the right ones. Sometimes it's a useful thing. But that's why I just said, come away from the gate. She was barking at the gate. Come away from the gate. There's all the brown things out there. It's not really a bad thing. It's true as well. Look, it's all those bricks. It was just from Paddington. It was Daft One. He was probably under 2. I don't know. He was probably 2. We like brown things. Maybe it's brown noses. I don't know. Do you know what? It was as well. Paddington was the brown nose. Dolly, will you shut up? I'll throw this ball at you. Look, this one. I'm going to throw this ball at it. I'm going to throw this ball at you. Look, you ballie. That's Daft One coming through as well. That's how I used to speak. Sometimes it's funny to be that person. It's part of a parade. It's part of the Elastic Show. Teaching children how to what? Exist in nature. Among different what? Levels of, what's it called? Not capability, or partly. Confidence building. Seated high, seated low. Sit wherever's left at the show. Right. Alright, Cornby. I'm not taking anyone anywhere. I'm expanding it, teaching, learning, and getting to the bottom of some roots, some root numbers, some root issues. Just doing some basic preliminary schooling. Like, do you know what? She was at the bank yesterday. In fact, before we went into the bank, and she said 7 comes after 6, or 6 comes before 7. I'll tell you what, that's pretty amazing, because not only is it recognising numbers, it's like ordering them as well. And just, okay, so it's not so amazing in the great scheme of some children, but in the, what's it called? In the timeline that I've known this one, it is pretty amazing, because she's only just learnt numbers and now she's ordering them. Recognition, ordered recognition. It's just interesting. It's an interesting observation. We were talking about, she was telling a lady that she couldn't read because she just got 2 Cinderella books. Why did I let her get 2? Well, I've told you already. Partly it's she wanted to. We thought through the reasons why they were the same. She wanted to, so it's a reading thing, isn't it? So reading, that might be, so maybe she wants one for her sister. Maybe she wants her sister to be a Cinderella as well. It was a choosing time anyway, and I enjoy this thing. She's a very sharey, equal needs person most of the time. A bondage and a bandana, so that's why. Plus they're only £1, and I liked it too. I like the fact the pictures are different in them, so that would be another thing we can talk about. Look, these are the same, but they've got different pictures. I don't know. Everything's a window and everything's a door. We can look at the differences between the 2 same things. She already liked the colours of the dresses. We didn't read it. She's got a pink dress. She's got a blue dress. That's her mum. She's got a blue slipper. Look, just like me. I've got a blue slipper as well. Nanny's got one of those. Still waiting to see if it fits. All the children get one. Maybe that's not true. She just wanted to anyway. So she had to. Maybe she didn't want anyone else to get them. I don't really know. So she chose to, and I wasn't going to argue with her. I like those. I've had those children before. I told you before, didn't I, about Mario. Oh God, my child of Satan, all of them. When he was small, and I said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And he said, "A zombie toy." Probably just because he'd heard someone else say it. So I ended up getting these little. It's a window on a door. These little figurine things of they would. I've told this story so many times. What were they? Pirates of the Caribbean, but that what's the man with the octopus face on it? That's the closest thing I could find to a zombie toy for a 4-year-old child. And so he opened it and burst into tears. And I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "You wanted a zombie toy?" "I was only joking." So I don't know what, brilliant, fucking brilliant. Ask you what you want for your birthday, you tell me a joke. It's just as funny though, isn't it? It's funny. He got some other stuff as well, but reading doesn't always get her own way. Sometimes I'm just interested in what they're trying to tell me, or what I can get out of it. What's that? Is it Steiner? It's one of the Swedes. It's student-led learning anyway. So. To a point. Well, to a degree. West of what? Summerlayton or something? I don't know. And the people in the bank said she was an absolute delight because she sat on the chair and just reeled off a load of fantastic information and brightened up their whole lives. So she's a socialite already. It's true. We're building on a social pathways. She might want to be a bank teller when she's older. She might want to be a lot of different things. She might want to work in I call it a doll's house because a bar. They used to get called doll's houses anyway. People go there to play with each other, and they're easy to manipulate when they're inebriated, and you dress up like dollies. And there's a lot of different reasons it's called a doll's house, but it's for pretend play. Well, there's a lot of things. She needs a brain switched on to live in this world. It's true. I'm not the switching man. I'm not. I'm just a jolly one. It's true. Right, I'm just going to get this old brown cup of coffee. What else can I say? Come over from the gate, you're a fucking idiot. You're annoying me. You're breaking my head. I didn't. I just said it's full of brown things. Just come in nicely. I'm not that person. I'm this person with what am I called? The balanced Belinda. I'm this set of scales that's set quite wonky. But you all know that. It's a handy tassel. You know why? I am nice, man. It's true. And I've got other things to do. And any handles, that's what. Pot handles. They keep flying off. I'm just talking jam and cheese, to be honest. It's interesting, and it always has been, to sets of people to find out what people can do separately to what the lists say people can do. So that's another thing. in a state of ordinance. That's the end of the story.